What up, you guys? It's your tall guy. We're back in the studio. Yeah, let's just call it that. I'm here to talk about Horrors Unleashed Las Vegas. You guys, I went for the first time on a random Thursday with Rachel. I literally looked at her and said, hey, let's go to Vegas. We're off. We went. That's what we did. We literally went to Vegas and with the objective to do Horrors Unleashed. Now in this video, we're gonna talk about my honest thoughts, my honest reviews, and just go over my day by day and just play out everything how it went, and talk about each maze, the scare zones, the scare actors, and the entertainment, and some food, because we actually got to try some food. I'll also be clipping in what I recorded at Horrors Unleashed with the footage I have, along with this commentary to go with it. So I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to drop your tall guy a like, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already. Let's talk. So, Horrors Unleashed Las Vegas. We went on a Thursday, and dynamic pricing is a big thing for Horrors Unleashed. So clearly, typically this is off season, though it is a year-round experience for Las Vegas Horrors Unleashed, which is really nice. They're only closed Mondays and Tuesdays, but open Wednesday through Sundays. When we went, the hours of operation were from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. My first biggest tip and recommendation is to get there at opening. Low crowds, low waits for everything, and I'll just tell you right now that the experience doesn't change no matter if you show up at rope drop, in the middle, towards the end. You're gonna get the same experience. Area 15 is the location where Horrors Unleashed is housed in. Big space. It's a huge entertainment space, all right? Luckily, if you guys decide to go, there is a parking structure that is literally across from Horrors Unleashed. It was $7 all day to park there, which tripped me out. I was like, at Vegas, say less. Not gonna argue that. But easy walk to get to the Horrors Unleashed building. You truly can't miss it. It's a big warehouse-looking building, and Universal logo on it. It's great. It's beautiful. It looks run down actually because of the story behind it. Now we show up at 4, walking into the building, but before we get into the actual space that is Horrors Unleashed, went through security, and unfortunately for whatever reason they don't allow this nice camera that I'm using right now into the event. I couldn't tell you why. It's just part of their policy and rules. It's a very Orlando strict policy rule that they have going on there. So all of the clips that I'm going to be integrating into this video that you're going to be seeing is iPhone clips. Unfortunately, it's just the best I can do. It's not the best looking footage. It'll have to do. Hopefully they can change that rule later on down the line, but obviously it doesn't really affect a lot of the people going. Truly only affects the content creators that are filming. But besides that, you guys, so get through security, pretty easy. Go through the box office, skip all that. Walking into Horrors Unleashed. Now, you're walking into this space called the Dead Storage. This is a facility where a bunch of artifacts, haunted relics are just housed, that I guess Horror Nights has collected over the years. It's been open, and someone let all the creepy shit out. Let it all loose, you know what I mean? And so there's a bunch of scare actors on the floor to interact with. So let's talk about the scare actors that you get to interact with. So you step in, truly you just smell HHN, and you just hear HHN vibes all around you, which is really great. I'm already seeing scare actors, the vampires flying across from point A to point B on a harness, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Someone stepping on a trigger off to the right trying to scare you. I'm like, what? I'm not even in a house, and we got triggers on the scare zone levels. That's cool.
Horrors Unleashed warehouse. A lot of creatures are on the loose already. Don't know where this guy was kept. Yeah, this guy's crazy. You got monsters roaming around already, and it's just Horror Nights, in a giant indoor space, which is amazing. The lighting, the smells, and the overall vibe and tone of the place is very Horror Nights. It's got its own special touch to this place. So we got 4 mazes to go through. We got a special show to watch, and we have a lot of monsters to talk to. So let's talk to the locals that run this place, because we're their guests invading their private property. You know what I mean? So let's check it out.
Talk about the scare actors that are in this facility. All right. We're greeted with like the vampires that run this part of the area. You get to meet the vampire queen, her henchmen, the league of vampires, whatever they are. They are very cool.
May we approach?
For what reason?
I don't want to pledge my fealty to her.
Right here.
Okay. We shall wait. We're about to see the vampire queen. I'm very loyal to Dracula back at Universal Studios Hollywood, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know how she's gonna feel about that. Oh.
I see. How things are done around here.
I got-
always want to make sure I mind my place and
I see. I assume you've come to swear your loyalty to me. Is that correct?
Well,
me especially.
I have special ties with a special vampire. We're Hollywood natives, as you can see.
I see. You
So-
come from another realm.
Yes. So out there in Hollywood, Dracula roams. He's kind of in charge
I
of those streets. So I have special ties with Dracula.
I am well aware of Dracula, but you must know that he works for me. It is not the other way around.
Okay.
So,
Interesting.
I'll ask you again.
Oh.
Do you wish to swear your loyalty to me?
I shall swear my loyalty to you.
Good answer. And I assume you are as well.
Absolutely. I'm all for women in charge.
Your pledge is heard, and your loyalty is accepted. Within this realm, I will grant you safe passage and my protection so long as you honor the bond you have sworn.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah, safe passage. You got it. Yeah. So I understand you're the queen. What is your name, if I may ask?
Names are such moral emotions. I am the queen, and you refer to me as such.
You know what? That's fine. That's more than okay. Forget I asked that. You know what I
Your
mean?
name is still acceptable?
I will accept that.
Excellent.
That's all I gotta say.
If it gets you there.
Yeah, if it gets you there, it gets you there. That's all I gotta say.
My time is not yours to waste further. And you'll be happy to know you have my protection.
Thank you so much. Can we get a quick?
Very cool interactions to do with. And let me tell you this: the interactions very key, very important to haunts nowadays. I love to preach that. I think it's a special thing that all haunts should really do, you know. And unfortunately, at horror nights, you do get interactions at Orlando a little bit better than Hollywood. At Hollywood, for the most part, everyone is in the mask. They just can't talk to you for the life of them. You know what I mean? But over at Horrors Unleashed Vegas, you know, we did have some people in masks, but like 90% of them were in just makeup, prosthetics, and they were having full-fledged conversations with you. And I was like, whoa, like this is cool within itself. And I encourage you, as someone told me, to spend time with the actors and characters on the floor. Like, everyone has their own story, and they do. You know, we got to meet the vampire queen, and I'm sorry that I just don't remember all of these names off the top of my head, but there's the vampire queen, like a sibling duo scare actor group, a survivor named Casey. I remember Casey. Casey was a fun character to interact with.
No way out. We literally have found the wrong exit doors and have encountered Scarecrow. What's going on, spoiler? Keep rolling that. What is going on? We gotta hide from the people with the knives. Oh, hi. You know, there's some nice barrels you got going on.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Presentation. Have you met my friend Matt? Have you met my friend Matt?
Matt? No.
I'm lying to you guys. I'm so sorry. His name's not Matt. I actually don't remember what his name is. I call him Matt on the count that he's missing his arms and legs, you know? But he calls someone with no arms and no legs. You call him Matt, but... Sorry, I see a friend of mine. I just thought I should go say hi.
It's all good.
You know, I hope you don't mind. I'll come find you later. We'll have a conversation, my friend here. You know, I don't know why she's so running from me. It makes no sense. Casey, we want to have a talk, okay? You know, I know we got off on the wrong. No. Have a nice night.
I think you might need to help Casey.
I swear I was trying to help Casey, dude. I swear I was trying to help her.
Well, you kind of got her in a pickle.
I know I did. Now we got a cheerleader with a knife. Everyone's just holding a knife around here. What is this? Hey,
I think that's their way of saying it's a stabbing good time. Come on.
No, it's just the way people greet here. I don't know why people want to kill Casey. Well, we definitely got to catch up with Casey later on.
And now you're alive, we're gonna have to kill you!
Well,
Yeah! Any last words, sweetheart? Hey, you part of the law or what?
The news crew. Gotta report the news, you know?
Still, no one exposes us. How dare you? He part of the news crew, he dies too. Big bucket.
Why they call him Bucket?
Because he gonna collect your bucket of blood.
Uh,
Alright, you ready?
I'm not ready. She's ready.
Who do we kill first, Bucket? This is exciting.
But I mean, that's life, right? I mean, it feels like at any moment, you know, life's so fleeting that there's always an accident.
Love holding on to that knife.
Well, it's just a case, right? I mean, you don't want the wrong person to have a knife, right? I mean, it could really hurt someone, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. That's
It's crazy, huh?
yeah. I'm Andrew, by the way.
What's up?
That's
Oh,
me.
Robert.
Tall guy. You call me tall
Robert.
guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
tall guy,
Yes,
short
yes.
guy. That's all
guy.
a matter of perspective at the end of the day, you know?
Yeah.
But hey, you know,
Hey.
it's,
So one hell of an experience.
that's what I would say. Yeah, man. There's so crazy people here. I mean, makes for great people watching. Huh?
Yeah, it does.
Very interesting stuff going on. But as soon as you walk in, besides the scare actors, you also are greeted with a giant bar. That's what Vegas is about, baby. It's about bars and drinks and all that. The Boiler, we did not have any drinks in there because drinks at Horrors Unleashed are like $19, $20. I'm good. But they looked enticing. They looked interesting, okay? The Boiler has a very special show moment within itself where like it's rumbling, it's shaking, shit just starts happening. It's kind of interesting. But right across from the Boiler, we get our very first two mazes of the night. You're greeted with the Universal Monsters and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So let's talk about the Universal Monsters real quick. This was a maze that truly surprised me. It surprised me because we've seen the monsters come to life at HHN so many times. We've seen iterations of all, most of the monsters. We haven't seen all of them just yet, but we've seen most of them. So this was the Avengers movies of the Universal Monsters coming together, And honestly, this experience was way better than what showcased in 2018 at Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood when Murdy brought the Avengers of the Universal Monsters to that year. This was truly a showcase of everybody, and I mean everybody.
would not speak. Gather and see what I have done. I created it. I made it with my own hands, from bodies I took from graves, from the gallows anywhere. You think me crazy? We'll see whether I'm crazy or not. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. These monsters that haunt our nightmares are eternal. They will never cease, never relent, never rest.
You queue up for the maze and you're greeted with these beautiful headstones of the monsters. And the queue isn't crazy long. It's not like, I'm surprised it's not longer, you know, considering what we expect Hollywood HHN mazes to be like for queues. There's no like 10,000 mile long switchbacks or anything. No, it's literally you walk in, it's 1 or 2 switchbacks, and then you're at the maze, which is great. But Saskia Van Helsing, when I first saw her, I didn't assume it was Saskia. I thought maybe it was just another vampire hunter, you know what I mean? Just to go along with what's going on out there. As soon as you walk into Horrors Unleashed, I was trying to play along to see if she knew like some HHN lore that we've had, but turns out she was like, what do you mean if I know Saskia? I am Saskia. And I looked dumb in that moment. I was like, whoa, wait, what? You're Saskia? That's crazy. That's cool though at the same time, because that kind of tells me what happened in Hollywood. It's the future, you know what I mean? With Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodlines that we got.
Maybe you can get ahead of us.
Saskia Van Helsing sent us, by the way, on a mission.
I'm Saskia Van Helsing.
You're Saskia. Oh, I didn't realize that. I'm sorry.
This is my father's crypt, Abraham Van Helsing.
Saskia.
I am his daughter, Saskia Van Helsing.
Nice
the
to
last
meet you,
monster.
Saskia. Yeah. I got a couple of wooden stakes in my back pocket.
Oh, that'll do perfectly.
Yeah.
Right here, so I hope that's sufficient. That should be enough.
What are you
For
holding
the
there?
soldier. This is a crossbow that was passed from me generation to generation. Unfortunately, I am not able to give it to you. It is very
That's
very
fair.
different.
Hope your arrows were dipped in holy water.
I'm sorry?
I hope your arrows were dipped in holy water.
They were blessed by my father. I think that's all I need.
That's good.
Yes, I'm here to avenge my father and my brother. It was too late for them, but I don't think it's too late for me. I will protect mankind as much as I can.
So Saskia was here. So this is kind of like the prequel. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not trying to make a universe or anything out of HHN mazes, but she was alive in this universe, okay? Because we know what happened to Saskia and Eternal Bloodlines. Right. Cool show moment. But Saskia just tells us, hey, like, you're about to go through my father's crypt. Just be careful, be aware, the monsters are on the loose. Good luck. And look, I was, like I said, just interact with them, talk to them. Don't just have one-liners with them. Like, I was talking to her, asking about her weapons, asking her, like, what should we do to survive? Like, dude, it was great. Top tier actor interactions that you get at Horrors Unleashed already. So, walking into the Universal Monsters maze, man, I'll tell you right off the bat, it's not scary. It's not scary to me. Maybe it's scary to your normal guest, but you know, I'm immune to this stuff. So I'm here. I'm just looking and enjoying everything around me. So walking in, and you're just greeted with beautiful showpieces and sets, man. The sets were amazing. Everything had care, tender, and love put into it. The first monster we got to meet, I believe, was the Wolfman. And what was cool is they even had an actor saying like, "Hey, what are you guys doing here? Like, you gotta go. Like, you gotta be careful. The wolf is loose," or something like that. And, like, he pulls away, and then you could like distinctly hear him just get ripped to shreds. And I was like, "That's cool. That's cool." I didn't need that, but that was cool. You know what I mean? And of course, boom, Wolfman. Boom, Wolfman comes out of you. Oh, that was great. I get goosebumps talking about this. That was cool. And after the Wolfman, man, I'm just trying to remember what other monsters we saw along the way in chronological order. But if I don't, you know, I'm sure the the maze walkthrough is playing as I'm talking. I just recall going through the creature. Now, the creature from the Black Lagoon, very interesting, because I never experienced creature at HHN as a Hollywood native. So this is the first time seeing how a creature would be represented in a maze, and let me tell you, did not disappoint. He looked great. He looked terrifying. I hope to see him in the future. But one of my favorite things walking through this experience was when we got to the Hunchback of Notre Dame. At first I didn't realize it, that there was these ropes dangling down, right? And you could hear the bell ringing, the dong dong, right. And I was like, all right, that's cool. But it wasn't until my like second or third walkthrough is when I realized that you can actually pull on the ropes, like if you're like ringing the bell. And I was like, yo, that's cool. Didn't need that, but that was cool. That was a nice touch, you know. And the Hunchback, he's there. He's like, oh, I'm trying to scare you and everything. And I was like, yo, that was awesome. And then along the way, of course, the mummy was in there, dude. He was pretty cool and terrifying. The way he looked was great. Dracula was there with his brides as well. They were pretty terrifying looking. But we come to the climax, and truly what sets this Horrors Unleashed experience from any HHN experience you'll ever get to witness. So we get to the one of the final showrooms, right? And we see the monster, Frankenstein, right? Frankenstein's monster on the bed, just like laying there, and a bunch of electricity panels all over the ceiling and everything. And then Victor comes out. He's like, wait right there. He's like, wait, come. He's like, come towards me. Let me show you. It was mind blowing. I was left speechless. I was like, chef's kiss, dude. I'm like, what? This is cool. This is something you'll never ever get at your traditional HHN. Okay. Oh, this is great, man. This is truly wonderful to see. And after that, you do walk past one more set, and then you're out. That was the Universal Monsters, and it's truly great, man. It was a great maze, but unfortunately, let me tell you something though. On my first walkthrough, I did not get to see that amazing play out of the monster and Victor Frankenstein, right? I did not see that, which was kind of crazy, right? So the way that the pacing in his mazes work, okay, let me tell you that this is kind of important, because they do pulse you by groups, right? No matter where your group size is. So let's say there's a group of 2 in front of Rachel and I. They let them walk for like a minute. I'm talking about maybe like at least 45 seconds to a minute long before they let the next group in. I understand why. They do that because they want to ensure that every group gets the that show moment, right? That big special moment in the maze. Now, here's what happened with Rachel and I when we first went in. So they did let that first group in. You know, a minute went by, then they let us in, right? They pulsed us in. unfortunately, we sort of caught up to them, right? Because they were going at an extremely slow pace and slower than normal. Like I said, like, you know how I don't typically get scared at these type of things. These guys were jumping at every little thing, so obviously that's why they were taking a while. So we catch up to them. Well, I kind of saw them, right? And by the time we caught up to them, that special show scene with the monster and Victor was like already ending, and unfortunately I had to just keep moving forward and, you know, walk on by. And I was like, no. I mean, I've done my research. I kind of knew these things were gonna happen, and I told Rachel, I was like, hold on, something went wrong. So I went up to the team member and I told them, I was like, hey, like, unfortunately, like, I didn't get the special, you know, show moment that happens in the maze. Like, is it timed out perfectly, or is it not guaranteed every time? So the answer to this, the posting, that's how it works. Like I mentioned, they do their best to make every group see this moment. But if you look at it from this point of view, if you bought a one-time, you know, walkthrough access for the mazes, I guess you kind of get screwed out, because you went to the maze, they said you already went through, you know, you got what you paid for. Like, you can't necessarily just go again and try to catch it unless you have the unlimited walkthrough experience. You know, thankfully we did, you know, so I got to see it multiple times played out. But out of the, I think I went through Universal Monsters like 5-6 times, I think. I ain't gonna lie, like 5 or 6 times. Out of the 5 or 6 times that I went through it, it was only that one time, the first walkthrough, where I didn't get to experience the special show moment for monsters. And so I can't say that, you know, there's a 50-50 chance you're not going to see it. I guess you could kind of say it's maybe on the low percentage rate of a 10% chance you're not going to see it. But, like, I think operations at Horrors Unleashed are pretty good, and they do their best to pulse everyone in at a good rate so they get that moment and good scares at the same time. You get every single scare. Every single scare. You never miss a scare. But let me tell you this too. I was very curious. I'm like, okay, this is a Thursday, obviously. You know, slower day, off season from the year-round experience. I told them, I was like, hey, I'm just curious, like, what did the September and October crowds look like here, right? And when I was talking to a team member, they were like, oh, it's busy here. I'm like, okay, like, it's busy, I get it, you know, it's Halloween season. So what happens when your line stretches past the queue out the door type of deal, right? And how do we post people in at a time? So if you plan on going to Horrors Unleashed in September, October, might be a risky game, because from what I was told is that when they have seen the line stretch out the door like that, and waits have gone up to 45 minutes, and they have to cap the line at 45 minutes because let's be realistic, on the back end of things, right now, every set rather, the actors are on for 45 minutes on, 45 minutes off. When that happens, mazes have to close to give actors a break, which is reasonable, right? In a perfect world, we want enough actors, we want a cast A and a cast B to always be in rotation so the maze will never close. Maybe this is the case for obviously a Thursday off season where, you know, there's not that many people and we could go lounge around, do other things, and come back to the maze, right? But on a very busy Saturday in October, you know, if that's the case, and I believe that's what happened this past year, right, where they had to cap the line at 45 minutes only and pump people through the maze. And I don't think that they were doing conga lines. Obviously, I wasn't there, you know, I'm just telling you from what I was told. But they were posting in like 3 groups at a time to go in together as one big group, you know what I mean? But if that does happen, then everyone within that big group could hopefully still get that, you know, special show moment. So just keep that in mind if you decide to go during a Halloween season of Horrors Unleashed. But let me tell you, go during the off season. I'm pretty sure you're gonna get the same experience that I got if you were to go in October, if you were to go in a month from now, in the summer or something. But I do know that Scarecrow the Reaping is the only maze right now that is technically on 24/7 run-throughs. They don't take breaks because they actually have a cast A and a cast B, which is fantastic. But we'll get to Scarecrow later. Overall rating for Universal's Monsters was fantastic. What is my rating system? We'll just say 5, right? It was a solid 5. Solid 5 experience, solid 5 walkthrough. Monsters look great. The scares were there. The environment just felt real. You know what I mean? It's fantastic. If you love the monsters, you're gonna fall in love with this thing. And this is where I tell you, like, if you're an HHN enthusiast, you know, like me, you're gonna want that unlimited walkthrough experience, because as soon as you walk out, I'm going back in. That's kind of like what I did. Man, oh man, what a maze. Now, its next door neighbor is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's a very interesting layout that Texas has. So, to go into the maze, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we have seen Texas Chainsaw play out so many times in HHN. Okay, so I wasn't expecting the craziest thing coming out of this maze, but like Universal Monsters, again, where Horrors Unleashed steps up is its set designs, dude. There are no black walls at Horrors Unleashed. It is not a thing. Doesn't exist. I don't even know. They don't even know what the word black walls is at Horrors Unleashed now. Every corner has design and art to it, okay? Walking up to Texas, we're greeted by Nubbin Sawyer himself.
Hey, don't go into my house. I'm having a barbecue inside today, and you two the house.
I'm picking up some meat. I
You
want
get
some meat.
some meat. Oh, let me tell you, the best place to get meat, go to your local freeway.
Okay.
Every single day, fresh spread of roadkill, new pickets, and it's free. I have to pay for meat 20 gooses.
I'll come back for a picture later on, okay?
$20.
$20?
I'll take it right now.
Oh. Go!
I told you I was back.
Okay, $20. Yeah!
Now it's $40.
Oh my God.
20 per person.
Y'all just love haggling in Texas, don't you?
You know we gotta pay the bill.
It was very interesting seeing this man. Just talking to him, he was like, "Hey, where are you guys going? Like, I could get you guys some nice quality meat. As a matter of fact, let me take your photo." He had his camera on him and everything. So snapped our photo and tried charging us. Great actor to interact with before you actually enter the maze itself. This is great. Along with that, we had like a giant screen in front of us that was just like just playing out the narration of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is real events. This is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know what I mean? But that was cool. So Texas was interesting.
I got no gas. My tank's in. Go!
dinner with us.
Going to the Source family house, and here here we get our introduction of basically everyone from the first movie. But this is the one maze I couldn't really tell where the show moments were, the special showcase, you know, the maze. I want to say it was at the beginning when we get our first second introduction of Leatherface. He had a body on the table and sawed off the head of a person. But besides that, walking through, you see Leatherface many times, and unfortunately the chainsaws are not real. I think they're prop saws, because you don't they're stepping on triggers to sound off a chainsaw sound effect, right? And you don't necessarily smell that gasoline, obviously for safety reasons. You know, we don't want the place to go up in flames. But the actors in the maze were pretty phenomenal for that. Although I wish the Leatherfaces could be a little bit more aggressive with their charges, their swings with the saw. That's just my only thing about it. So I'm not gonna go too much into detail with Texas Chainsaw, because unfortunately it just wasn't my favorite. Wasn't my favorite of the four. But I do gotta say, I think my favorite moment from this maze was when Leatherface was chasing out Sally. That's about it though. No hate to, you know, anyone in the maze. You guys did all great. It's just Texas wasn't one of my favorite properties. I just seen it played out too many times at Horror Nights, especially when we got it in Hollywood with the legacy of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was interesting, right? But overall, it's a popular IP. People love it. My overall rating of Texas has to be a solid 3 out of 5. I didn't dislike it too much, but it was the one maze I didn't walk through many times, I'll tell you that. So, moving on from Texas and Monsters, the first half of Horrors Unleashed is done already, right? The event space is kind of big, not that big, okay? Maybe the average person could get Horrors Unleashed done within about 2 to 3 hours, right? Richard and I spent a solid 5 to 6 hours at Horrors Unleashed, just obviously unlimited walkthroughs, and I just wanted to get a nice appreciation of everything that was going on. But that first half is done. Now we're crossing over to the other half of Horrors Unleashed, where we're gonna be going through, I guess, like a toy scare zone. Exorcist Believer, the Jack and Chance entertainment show that they have going on, the Blumhouse restaurant, and Scarecrow the Reaping. So let's start with the scare zone. The toy scare zone was a very small space. It wasn't crazy big or anything like that. It literally was in front of the Exorcist Believer maze. So walk in, there's about maybe 2 to 3 scare actors, which unfortunately you couldn't interact with them a lot because they were very static, creepy like creatures where they were genuinely trying to scare people. And let me tell you, they got me. One of them got me. Got me good, real good, okay? And
oh my god, hello. Do you have a name? No name. You're very creepy though. Which is your favorite toy? Oh, that's a big one. That's got a lot of teeth in there. Oh, you got a lot of like spiky teeth. Don't bite me. I'm okay. I like my fingers. No, not today. A lot of creepy dolls. Hello. God, these guys are so good. What the hell?
And just kind of just watching them do their thing and scaring people. They know how to do their job. They know how to portray a still toy and scare at the right moment, right? Patience is key in this scare zone, and they know how to scare. So, the Exorcist Believer. Look, I wasn't a believer until I walked into this house, man. This it changed my mind. This is the only Exorcist house you'll see me walking in and actually enjoying, okay? So, Exorcist Believer is very movie driven. So if you've seen the movie, you'll have a little bit more appreciation for it. If you haven't, you'll feel kind of lost as to where you're at, okay? This queue is kind of massive. It's a lot bigger than what the previous two had, and for what Scarecrow the Reaping actually has as well. This queue is a little bit larger. And what I like is this queue is very themed out to the movie. If you guys haven't watched the movie, the father, I forget the names, don't come at me, travels to, I think it was somewhere in Africa, right? But that's where he finds the haunted artifact. Going through a marketplace, right? The queue is basically the marketplace. You're walking through the marketplace, and guess what? We have another actor interacting with you in the queue before you get into the maze. Oh, hello.
The rite of exorcism is one of the oldest human rituals. Every culture, in every country, for as far back as history.
Do you all hear that voice?
Yeah, I hear a voice.
This actor was very interesting because I was trying to get the feel of what was going on with her. Her face was all marked up, scratched up. I think she was possessed or just, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a follower of the devil sort of thing. Just trying to tell us like, oh, like let him in, like don't fight the devil and all that good stuff. I think she was possessed. But it was cool walking through the marketplace that was from the movie, where the haunted artifact was at, before we actually got into the maze. And now, if you have gone through the maze at HHN Hollywood, I think they had this over at Orlando too. It kind of has the same story beats as they played out. There wasn't anything too refreshing. But I'll tell you this, I remember opening weekend, everyone hated the smell in Exorcist Believer at Hollywood. Oh my god, it was terrible. But luckily, Horrors Unleashed does not go anywhere near as crazy with the smell like they did in HHN Hollywood. That's non-existent, so you're okay.
I cast you out, unclean spirit, along with every satanic power of the enemy, every specter from hell. In the name of the Lord, cease your assault against these creatures. Depart from me. Stay back. Fire in the blood. Fire in the blood. Fire in the blood. You're all going to die. Go! No!
That was crazy.
But you're walking through the maze. These actors are great too. Everyone was playing out great moments from the movies when they were looking for the two girls that went missing in the woods. That played out. We got to the barn. We saw some of the dead animals, and then they used that same effect that they used in the maze before with the walls disappearing. Then you got the girls on both sides, body in the blood, all that good stuff. Y'all remember the body in the blood? But let me tell you something. What I found fantastic about this maze was the fact that the little girls weren't wearing stupid silicone mask or anything. They had masks over at Hollywood, and they look so silly. They did not work, man. Luckily here, casting did their job, and they casted the right girls for this maze without any mask, just a few makeup touches here and there. They look great, man. Terrifying. They really got to show their expression through this maze, and that was fantastic. That was one of my favorite things of this maze. Now let me talk about the special show moment for this one. This was truly what made me a believer, dude. Okay, so in the movie, of course, you got I forget her name, but she was like a priest, right? Both of the girls are like tied down to the chairs, right? Oh, let me out, right? And then she comes around, she starts exorcising the demons out of these girls. She's like, I condemn you to hell, all this stuff, right? And then like I'm pretty sure like there was fog in the room, like the floor was like shaking just a little, and you're like, holy shit, like what is going on? And then like the wall behind it all like unveils, and the demon is there, and it's like, whoa, dude, there's the demon, right? And then it goes, and you go on. And by the way, the demon is very, very present in this maze. And there was like different iterations of the demon. Surprisingly, there was same demon, just different looks, which is very interesting. Some that we never got to see over at Hollywood, for that matter. Can't speak for Orlando because I didn't go to Orlando that year. But wow, what a show moment! What a moment, just in general, just to see that come to life. And that was truly terrifying, kind of creepy actually. I went through the maze like five times, and God, it was great, man. Exorcist, I'm a believer. Like I mentioned, I'm a believer. I give it a solid 4 out of 5. It's not my favorite IP. One of my favorite mazes to walk through though. So that was a lot of fun. Now going past Exorcist Believer, we're confronted with a different scene. Jack and Chance themed out area that they literally took over this whole area over here. They have their own show, they have their own bar, okay? And there is one sideshow act to go along with this area. His name, I couldn't really get his name. I think we call him Mr. Stew or Mr. Pid. This is one of the two. Someone called him Mr. Stew, and he wanted us to call him Mr. Pid. I'll let you guys put 2 and 2 together.
Experience here.
Oh wow, okay.
We're Hollywood natives, as you can see.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Wait, what's your name?
Well, they call me the Juggler.
Juggler?
Yeah, but I think my name is Stu.
Okay.
Because some guy over there the other day yelled, "Yo, Stupid, get over here."
I don't think
so. You can call me Mr. Pid.
You know what? I like that. We'll call you Mr. Pid.
But I'm not as famous as that Mr. Pid dude. You heard of him.
You do an act for Jack up here? I seen you doing some juggling action earlier.
Well, yeah, he hired me, but
okay.
I'm not in his show. And why? I don't know jack about that.
He ain't Jack. You know what I mean?
Because he won't take a chance on me, I guess. But I guess he did, because he did hire me to be here.
That's good. What's in the suitcase?
Well, I'm on vacation with my wife.
That's good. We're on like a little vacation here. We kind of just traveled out here for the day, and we're dipping.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
That's
well,
solid.
Yes, I'm with my wife as well. Found out it was cheaper for carry-on.
Oh.
And now she's at home because all she ever did was carry on.
I love that song.
If I didn't bring her, she would have fallen to pieces. Oh, wait a minute, she already did.
He's a silly guy. Great sideshow. I think great, fantastic character to talk to, man. A man of many words. That's all I gotta say for him. But one of the biggest things is Jack and Chance. Now, they are truly exclusive to Orlando. They were HHN Orlando icons, okay? It was finally great to see these characters come to life in front of me.
We're Hollywood natives, so yes. This is our first. Yeah, this is our first introduction to the spectacle
really?
you and Jack are running.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We didn't get a chance to see the show just yet, but we will.
6:30.
Oh.
So
I see.
I prefer Chance and Jack, but whatever works for you.
I was about to say, why isn't it Chance and Jack? Ladies first, right?
Well, it's because he was an icon longer than me.
Oh,
you know. Then
that's right.
2016 rolled around. He wasn't around, so I said, "Oh, playtime." My favorite type of weapon?
Yeah.
So you really don't know anything about me.
I literally don't know anything about you.
Right. It's a throwing knife. It's kind of my specialty.
Okay.
It's something
Gotcha.
I'm known for. Do your research next time.
I wanted, to come
I've
off
had
fresh.
enough of you.
Okay.
So, you're very pretty.
Oh, thank you.
I like that choice, yes.
I like the glitter in your hair.
Yes, it's great. You know, I will tell you, I used to have some ribbons. Since you don't know who I am,
My bad.
I used to have yellow ribbons, and I asked her, very politely, mind you.
Absolutely.
I love the feather boa. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's not asking. That might have been where I went wrong. Anyways, she refused, but obviously I have them now. You would not believe how long it takes to wash blood out of her.
I see. Yeah.
But also, not
I
a
would've
girl
known.
moment of her.
That's what I'm saying. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Chance. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, it is.
This is Tall Guy, in case you were wondering, but if you weren't, that's okay.
I wasn't.
Excellent.
Wow. I'm blown away, man. I love these icons. Chance, she's a jerk. She is so mean. She does not like me. Loved Rachel. Always had a bone to pick with me though. Oh my god. And Jack, for that matter, he was a man of many words. Very, very stern guy. Very, he was someone with a plan, with a mastermind, evil plan up his sleeve. You know what I mean? It was just great interacting with the two.
Oh man.
You're looking oh so tall. And your battle vest. It's looking a little
You like it?
empty.
I know. I need a little bit more blood on it.
Are you really prepared for what comes next?
I don't know how to prepare for today. Jack,
You obviously don't.
it's an honor to meet you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Tell me.
We're Hollywood natives, so this is like you were strictly Orlando. Now you're in Las Vegas.
You know, in Hollywood, they got that other sad-ass clown. What's his name? Harry.
Gary.
What is he still stalking the back lots? He needs to get a new gag. Maybe find a new clever way of killing. In Orlando, my old home. Away.
Well, tell me how you're liking Vegas. How does Vegas treating you?
Sin City seems to have exactly what I need. Tourism here is rich. They're already gnawing at the bit, waiting to die, perhaps. Gamble with their lives. And good old Jack is here to do exactly that with them. So what do you say? Are you willing to take a gamble?
A tall guy is always willing to take a gamble.
Good. So, what's your first haunted house choice?
We went through the monsters, the Universal monsters, of course.
I'm a sucker for the classics too. And what was your thoughts?
I caught absolute cinema. That was my thought. Absolute cinema.
Good. And what about my show?
Your show we didn't get to catch. We're gonna catch the next show. I promise you.
You better. Cause if not, I may just come down and pull your neck right from your shoulders.
Whoa.
Wiggle it around for everybody to see. I'm sure she would love it. She's already smiling.
Yeah, she is.
Pearly whites.
Thank you.
I'd love to pluck right out of your face.
Oh, I have a tooth back here that you
Good.
can pluck out, and you can keep it too.
I got a small mason jar.
Excellent.
We'll even name it after you.
Wow. Okay.
What's your name?
I'm Rachel.
Rachel. All right, Rachel. Tall man. I'll see
Close
you
enough.
soon.
Tell me how do you deal with her? She's such a handful.
Hey!
Oh,
What was that?
said you're
Yes,
a
yes,
work
he's
of
cutting
art.
edge.
Shut your mouth, tall man. I got something special for you. Come see the 6:30 show,
Oh,
yeah?
okay. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
That's a
watch
promise. Yeah, that's a promise.
We'll bring him on stage. and make an example out of you.
I hope, I cross my fingers, we get to see Jack and Chance at Hollywood one year, but I like how they're, you know, kind of exclusive to Orlando and now Vegas for that matter. But really great icons to talk to. Yeah, after the show they roam around for a good 20 minutes, so get your interactions in, get your photos in with them. Great scare actors to talk to. Now the show, the Jack and Chance show. I don't know the full name of the show. It's interesting. Okay, it's interesting. It's there's a lot of things going on in the show. There's acts, performing acts, dancing, and audience participation, which is really cool. Rachel actually got to go on stage for that. That was fantastic. Thank you, Jack and Chance, for choosing Rachel to go up on stage and killing off one of the contestants. Right, that was kind of cool. I thought the show was cool. Jack was very menacing. Chance was menacing as well. My only thing about the show is, I guess, the performance. Like, just no hate to the performers up there. Not the dancers. I'm talking about the acts that they do. One with the hula hoop and one with the stick. Right. It's cool. It's just not daring enough, in my opinion. I just feel like there needs to be something a little bit more daring. Keeps you on the edge of your seat, tips of your toes kind of deal. You're in Vegas, you know, there's a lot of shows you gotta go up against, and it just wasn't daring, in my opinion. And I think it could really use a oomph factor, you know what I mean? I didn't mind the show, nothing against the performers. I just think it needs a little bit more excitement. But the show, first time seeing it, was very fun overall.
The energy, the excitement, the thrill of an impending kill. And I'm not talking about a Las Vegas wedding, baby. Or the victims who claim.
Jack, they're not victims. Good. By now the contestants are gonna play my favorite game. Say it with me.
Stay or slay. That's right. Welcome to the show where we ain't got suspecting performers from the Vegas Strip and 4 seconds of bomb, man. You're ready to watch these pathetic mouth breathers perform with their life. Say, hell yeah, Jack!
Hell yeah, Jack! Is contestant one ready? What are you waiting for? Go!
Sickos, was that good to buying it up for ya?
Well, I liked it!
Speaking of victims, this one looks like he's dying to perform.
Dying to perform.
I hope it kills.
Go!
What do you think, freaks? Does that make you crazy?
Possibly.
Possibly. We're certifiable, baby. Yeah, Jack.
Hell yeah, Jack! And now, it's time for the best part.
Stay or slay. Get that one up there with the other.
And we also need to pick a few very special people. The people who will decide who stays or who we slay!
That's right. Raise your hands high. This is the main event. Yes. Oh, we do like a good accomplice. Some of the blame for when the cops show up. Get up here, make it jump.
Let's go! So what you gonna do is when we tell you, you raise your cards high so that everybody can see. Are we ready? First up, contestant number 1. Stay or slay!
Raise them high. Okay.
And slay! And another.
You look We gave you betrayal. We gave you a fighting captain.
You first ate it up!
Jack and Chance themselves are on another level. Deserve their own 5 out of 5 category because they were just fantastic, dude. They were amazing. We did go into the Blumhouse premiere house that was right next door to the show, where you could it's a sit-down restaurant. You sit down at a table, you can sit at a bar, order some drinks, order some food, and on top of that, they got actors walking around. Not just any scare actors. They have Blumhouse characters walking around. For our trip, the Grabber was very prominent during our stay there.
All right, so we are gonna take a seat at the bar at the Blumhouse dining area. Oh, Mr. Grabber, hello. We meet again. I told you we were gonna come and eat here. Oh, that's cool. Look at those photo ops over there.
So we check in. Easy sit down process. There was no wait. It wasn't that busy. We sit down at the bar. Actually, we kind of want to go up there. Saw the menu, and I gotta say, reasonable prices for a restaurant setting. Everything was very, what to say, appetizer-like, but easily shareable. Okay, I gotta say, yeah, let's say that everything was shareable. All right, so let's check out the menu for this Blumhouse dining area. Here are all the specialty cocktails that they got going on right here. Very cool. We're gonna flip it over to what we're gonna order. They have everything from starters to salads to tacos, sliders, flatbreads, and desserts. Just a lot of like appetizers, I guess you could call it. But yeah, let's check it out. We're definitely feeling some flatbreads, so we're gonna be getting a flatbread for sure.
Are we?
Yes. Rachel and I decided to get 3 items off of the menu. I believe they were called the Crow's Nest, the Texas Chainsaw Flatbread, and the Believer Flatbread, which is themed out to Exorcist Believer. So,
all right, so we're gonna be having a special guest joining us for dinner today. The Grabber himself. No, Finney. Finney will not be joining us for dinner today. Okay. Just you. Just you. Any recommendations you can help us out with? By chance? If you're good today, maybe I'll let you get something too. Maybe. Okay. How about we were eyeing, I think I asked you earlier.
The Crow's Nest.
The Crow's Nest. Okay. I trust you with the Crow's Nest, right? Want to see a magic trick? I'm just kidding. That's his job, not my job. That's his job. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking. It feels like I'm stepping into the movie. How does it go? You raise the phone, take a step back, step forward, step back, and swing, right? I don't think you like that. No, we're just gonna hang that up, you know? Just gonna hang that. Just gonna hang that up. I can't look at him seriously.
the Crow's Nest. Let me talk about the Crow's Nest, guys. Wow. I gotta say, the food at Horrors Unleashed really delivered. For like 15 bucks, I believe, you kind of get these kind of jumbo size chicken wings for the Crow's Nest. I was sitting on a bed of like, it wasn't like lettuce, it was...
So the Crow's Nest, here it is, comes in a shovel. This is inspired from the Scarecrow maze, which it looks awesome, it looks amazing. All right, tell us what's in the Crow's Nest, Rachel.
All right, so it's going to be bourbon barbecue chicken lollipops with a fried rice noodle nest, arugula, and sesame seeds.
All right, sounds good, looks good, let's dig in.
It's like dried up something. But what was weird enough, Rachel and I looked at each other and we were like, bro, like weirdly enough, why does it feel like I'm eating a crow's nest? You know what I mean? The Texas Flatbread and Believer, easily shareable items, and they were really good.
And we decided to get 2 flatbreads for tonight, so I decided to order the Texas Chainsaw. Rachel got the Believer. So a Texas Chainsaw inspired, Exorcist Believer inspired flatbreads. Not too shabby. Let me tell you what the Texas is about. The Texas has sausage, pepperoni, mozzarella, cheese, and spicy tomato sauce. Spicy pizza.
And the Believer flatbread is going to have wild mushroom, mozzarella cheese, chimichurri, charred red onion, arugula, and lemon crema.
So, I recommend if you guys do want to eat some food at Horrors Unleashed, go to the Blumhouse Premiere House. I think it was a great experience. And to talk about, and to add on to that experience, the Grabber. Man, oh man, was the Grabber a character within itself? There was very menacing character. Not obviously you couldn't talk to the Grabber. Like you could talk to the Grabber, but he couldn't necessarily interact or talk back with you. You know, just either stare at you, clench his fist, like if you wanted to pow with a belt or something. Right? They had the iconic phone booth, and this is themed out to the Black Phone 2. If you haven't seen the Black Phone 2, it's a very icy winter setting, okay? And the phone booth was there all iced out and everything, and the Grabber would go behind the phone booth and just look at you. Oh, it made for crisp photo ops, dude. I loved it. I loved everything about it. They also had his van there, but man, just watching the Grabber just like interact with the other guests, getting creeped out, sitting next to them, pulling up a chair. It was funny, man. It was great times. I did also see that a Megan photo op was set there. I do know Megan makes an appearance, but I guess on that day we were there, she made no appearances at all. So Megan was not there. So as far as my knowledge goes, the only characters in the Blumhouse premiere house are the Grabber and Megan. And you know, I gotta say something about that. Two great characters, but just imagine the possibility that Blumhouse has a list of characters. You know, just imagine what else we could add in there along the way. Granted, Horrors Unleashed has only been open for about 7 months or so, and I'm sure they want to draw more people in. I mean, just imagine. Look, they had a giant TV screen playing in the background some of the Blumhouse hits, right? They were playing some of Five Nights at Freddy's too. I mean, just imagine Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics at the Blumhouse Premiere House. Woo! You want to drive a crowd to go to Horrors Unleashed? You bring those animatronics to Horrors Unleashed, okay? I mean, the list goes on and on for the characters. Hell, you could even bring some Purgers to Horrors Unleashed if you really wanted to. But man, oh man, just imagine that. I just thought, obviously, the possibilities of that Blumhouse area are truly endless. But the Grabber and Megan are phenomenal starters to start with. It was a great experience. I definitely would recommend eating there. And now, of course, we reached the last portion of Horrors Unleashed with the last maze of the experience. Obviously, you don't have to go in this particular order. This is just kind of the order I went in because it's the order that was presented to me. But Scarecrow the Reaping. We have seen Scarecrow the Reaping twice at HHN Hollywood. I believe we recently saw it actually last year in 2025, which is kind of cool because Slash got to incorporate his music into Scarecrow the Reaping. But unfortunately, Slash was not involved with this one, so it was just Scarecrow the Reaping. It was a Universal Horrors Unleashed own take on it. So you walk in and you don't necessarily have a scare actor that's interacting with it, but you have a scare actor off the bat that's trying to scare you in the queue. And the scenery is crazy. I love the scenery, dude. Giant cornfields. You see the house, the barn that we're gonna go into, and you're greeted with a Scarecrow off the bat in line. And before you enter the house, you're greeted with the giant still walker. I'm like, goddamn.
I don't remember sending out invitations.
What?
So y'all lost? Oh, trespass. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not worth your time?
I heard the Scarecrows took over. Oh, you're sort of.
Oh, must have just got sick of people being where they ain't supposed to be. Wouldn't know anything about that.
I don't think I do.
You do. Evidently.
Oh,
to this, you know what I mean? And I do gotta say, Scarecrow is the only house with still walker. I think it's the only still walker in Horrors Unleashed. Yeah, now that I think about it, wow, kudos. Yeah, we need more still walkers at Horrors Unleashed. It was really cool seeing Scarecrow still walker. That was neat. So scary stuff. Walking into the house.
what the hell? Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. He's chasing me back. He's chasing me back. Ah! Ah!
Birds took over too. a lot of crows in this maze. There was no king crow though. We need a king crow. Okay. So although Scarecrow the Reaping felt the same walking through it, you know, walking through the cornfield, the house and everything, there's one thing in particular that's it stayed true to itself, and that's how relentless the Scarecrows are in this maze. It's been a thing, and I love this about Scarecrow is how much they pop out at you, scare you from side to side, jump at you from unexpected places. That's the energy I love to see. All right, so that's one thing. Thank God that was in this maze, is how relentless it was. Okay, and now the biggest show moment for this maze was crazy. Okay, this kind of like blew me away because it took me back to something that I heard a while back. But you walk out the house into the backyard and the cornfield, right? And there's this, I'm just gonna say, there's like a giant screen, a backdrop way in the distance, right? That's like forming like a tornado or a dust bowl of some kind, right? Fog is blowing in, winds are hitting you, and you're like trying to traverse through the crops, through the cornfield, and you're like, hold on, this is next level. You know what I mean? There's a scare actor in there trying to scare you. I'm like, dude, that was crazy. Now to go back to what I said about, you know, the Dust Bowl. I remember one year sitting in an HHN Hollywood Midsummer Scream panel, Midsummer Scream mentioned, Murdy talking about Scarecrow the Reaping. I think it was one of those first being introduced to Hollywood, okay? And he mentioned how he did research on the Dust Bowl. And I think, I'm pretty sure that's what got incorporated into this giant show moment for the Dust Bowl. And I was like, wow. Like, if you didn't know this is about the Dust Bowl, because the Dust Bowl essentially wiped out or moved everyone out of their houses and the farmlands and everything, and all that stayed behind where the Scarecrows, right? Man, I don't know how the Scarecrows came to life, but they came to life. But it was just cool remembering back to that moment. But just knowing, you know, that knowledge was very cool. Very cool to be an HHN nerd at that moment. But other than that, you know, we got the bird pooping scene in Scarecrow. That came back with a vengeance. Surprisingly, you know, I didn't get wet. I didn't get wet throughout my experience at Horrors Unleashed. You know, you would think you get wet, especially in Texas Chainsaw and Scarecrow the Reaping with the birds pooping on you. But hey, no water. I was surprised why they turned off those effects. Don't know why. But other than that, that was Scarecrow the Reaping, a solid 5 out of 5 walkthrough experience. And at that point, I was just like left in awe. I was like, wow, like
that maze, absolute cinema, absolute cinema, absolute cinema. From one tall guy to another tall Scarecrow. Yeah.
You know, we'll never see these, you know, cool moments happen at Hollywood or Orlando because it's just not possible. You got to be pumping in 200 guests, 300 guests every hour or something like that, whatever the metrics are. And I just love how this is a genuine guest experience. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell they truly care about the guest experience here at UHU. Yeah, I guess we can call it that, right? UHU. Damn, it's just Horrors Unleashed, man. I don't see where the complaints come from, you know. I think this is a genuine experience, and I felt like though $89 could get you more of a value at HHN Hollywood, right? Because it costs like $74 for Hollywood to get like 8 mazes, a show, 4 scare zones, a theme park for that matter, with that price, you know what I mean? But you know, $89 only gets you 4 unlimited walkthrough mazes, 2 zones, 1 show, 2 restaurants, right? I still felt like you get your money's worth for what you paid for. Honestly, great experience overall with the actors, shows, and mazes. I'm looking at it from a tourist point of view, going over there. I probably see myself going over there maybe twice a year, if anything, you know. And I do know that they did something very special for the holiday season. They brought Krampus to life, so you know that gives you a good reason to come back to Horrors Unleashed, to visit more than once a year, which is great. And you know, it's going to be interesting to see how they decide they want to, you know, incorporate more mazes in the future. Are they going to tear down, or are they going to make space? I don't know. But overall experience, I loved it. I truly did. I can't wait for the Chicago experience that they're going to be opening up in the future. I can't recommend this enough to my friends and all my fellow creators out there that have yet to visit Horrors Unleashed. It was a good time. Real good time, man. I can't wait to be back whenever I get a chance to visit Vegas again. And I do want to say I wasn't invited by Horrors Unleashed. Otherwise, it would have been better quality content from inside of the experience. But with that being said, yeah, go check out Horrors Unleashed, guys. Thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed, or if you have any questions yourself about the experience that I maybe missed, please let me know down below in the comment section. I'd love to reply to you, like to talk to you guys. But don't forget to drop your tall guy a like, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, so you'll catch this tall guy at the next theme park. We are out of here. Goodbye.